Hi Libra, welcome to your mid-March 2022 General Tarot Reading update. It's Raina here. And okay. So the heart of the matter is the Strength card, which is a card connected to Leo. Not surprising when you look at that lion and you see the woman putting her hands in there. Not afraid to stick her hands in a dangerous place. And of course, with the Strength card, we're talking about confidence and bravery. And for Libra, this can connect with anything that you have to stick your neck out, where you have to do something and you have to possibly face somebody pushing back. And this is something that takes bravery from Libra, because you tend to be a sign that wants others to accept you and not give you any kind of grief, for there not to be any conflict. And so if I look at the past position, we might get some more information here. And we have the universe. Now this is this deck, which is called the Cosmic Slumber Tarot deck, is they label some of the cards a little bit differently. And this particular card, the universe, is the the world card. And that's the final card of the major arcana, and it is about completion. So completion of a cycle. And with the Strength card, it can be almost like a karmic situation that has reached full circle, has come full circle, and you no longer have to deal with something. So for sure, if it's, let's say it is a marriage that has come to an end, and maybe it's some kind of a season that you had to go through, even if it's a 20-year season, that could be the case. And now you're embarking upon a new phase. And with the Strength card, it's all about mustering that courage or possessing it, because previously you didn't, and now you have more confidence within yourself and belief within yourself that you're deserving of more. And that's just one example, obviously. I'm not saying that this is going to be true for everybody, obviously. The higher message, or the bigger picture card, we look at the Nine of Torches, which is the Nine of Wands. This is about boundaries. So it can be a sense of like everything, how they say everything goes? Well, everything doesn't go. That there are things that you have decided, or that maybe you need to decide, if this is something that is still up in the air, to decide what you're willing to tolerate and what you're not willing to tolerate. And then everything else can come of its own accord, because you have defined that. For other people, there's a saying, you teach people how to treat you. And that certainly could apply to this situation for some reason. And this could definitely be like a work situation. And the World card might be that you need to end a job. Or if a job has ended, that you need to believe that it was there for a reason, that timing is appropriate, that it's not something that was this calamity that happened and it's terrible. What crosses you is the Judgment card. Um, and that's a very interesting thing. Of course, the Judgment card is the second to the last card of the tarot. And this can also be like an actual legal judgment that you're awaiting, that perhaps has come and you feel like it wasn't in your favor for some reason, that it wasn't fair, wasn't a fair judgment. But one of the things that I remember when I was looking up the meanings of the Judgment card, because of course the tarot has more than one meaning for each card, but they said, not having good judgment, if you read it as a reverse card, or just the issue of judgment, even the upright position. And I was like, how could I not have thought of that one? Because that's a no-brainer. And so, where have you had faulty judgment? And so when you look at that top row, if you have had to emerge from a situation that maybe has taken a lot of guts for you to move forward, you've had to also acknowledge that maybe that was the key to free you from some of this, is that you didn't have the best judgment. And a lot of times it seems to be very fashionable these days to kind of pass the buck and say it's somebody else's fault and things like that. But when we really examine any situation as adults, I'm not talking about when you're a child, but as an adult, and you can see your place in it, even if somebody else did you wrong, you can still see how maybe there were times when you put up with it that you should have been, that should have been when you walked. And it's not blaming the victim. It's just taking the victim out of the picture to the extent where a person feels as if they are powerless, that there was nothing they could do. And this is also a card of rebirth. This is a card of, baptism by fire. But when it's in the challenge position, you may be afraid of all of the things that it's going to take to get you to this level, because with the universe or the world card being the last card, it means it's unfinished business. So that implies that there are still things that need to be let go of. And it's interesting because I always like to think about the astrological timing. And this is kind of in the middle of the month. On the 18th, there is a full moon in Virgo. I think 27 degrees of Virgo. And for Librans, this is your 12th house. And this is the house of endings or unfinished business, And the full moon can kind of bring that to your awareness, or you can be wrapping up these things. And it can be very good because you can feel that sense of, now I can have this fresh start. Now I can move forward in my life in some way. And of course, then you're going to have a full moon in your sign in April. And in that particular scenario, it's like ending something in a conscious way that is more, and who knows, maybe that's more with the first house. But I like to think of the 12th house because it's the last house, just like the world card is the last card. So I really make those connections between those two. What's coming in is the Empress card, and the Empress is a card that's connected to your ruler Venus. It really is that Earth Mother energy, and you can kind of see it in this depiction, but it does connect with both Taurus and your sign of Libra. And this is a card of, it's obviously the feminine, but the divine feminine. I see the symbol for Venus right here. I don't know if you can see that. It is, what else? It is creativity, motherhood, abundance. Number 3, connected to some of that. And so these things, maybe this is something that you have to go through the fire in order to get this sort of creative output, whether it's like, a child, Maybe, if you've ended a relationship and you're pregnant, it takes a lot of courage to still persevere and know that everything's going to be okay. If it is a job ending, you say that's great, because you know what? I really want to explore my creative side, and I can't do that. I couldn't do that in that job. So all of those things, it's kind of like an affirmation that you're on the right track. Even if you didn't initiate an ending, it still may turn out in your favor. And then we have the outcome, the King of Cups. And this is, to me, emotional self-mastery. Whether you're male or female, I like that sun in the background, because that's how I see self-mastery as the ultimate embodiment of your personal power as it relates to emotions. It's the highest level. And, sometimes if it's not about you, it's about a male who's emotionally mature. This can be a Cancer. Cancer is a big one for Libra. A Pisces or a Scorpio. This could be a counselor that you're seeing, a spiritual teacher, somebody who's a mentor, who's helping you on the spiritual to heal in some way. And for sure, even the Strength card can be about healing and being, in that healing modality. So this is a good card, I think, for somebody who has been through a lot and is coming out the other end, and really emerging victorious and stronger than ever. So anyway, Libra, that's what I have for you. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.